at the graphics now, and you can describe what it is that we're seeing. But the first thing that you and I were discussing a while back was that the Bronx is unique, and you had this chart that basically illustrates why the Bronx is unique. Tell us.
Yeah. Well, of course, the Bronx is unique, you might start out by saying, well, what is the Bronx? Well, the Bronx is many things. Among other things, however, it's a county. It's a county in the United States. There are over 3,000 counties in the United States. And what's interesting is the Bronx is just about the smallest. There's one major county which is smaller than the Bronx, which I think most of us have heard of. It's called Manhattan.
But that's only in terms of size, not in population.
I'm talking about size.
Okay.
Yes. But aside from Manhattan and a few city counties in Virginia, I don't know of any county that is nearly as small. The Bronx is 47 square miles. There's some counties out in California that are 10,000 square miles.
Wow.
So from that point of view, the Bronx is unique. The Bronx is also not unique, but a rather significant county, in that it is the 26th largest county in the country in population. And figures for 2007 were just put on the internet today, the 20th of March, by the Census Bureau. It shows that actually over the past year, the Bronx has gained a significant population. We're well over 1,370,000 people in the Bronx.
We were just looking at a map of the United States up there. Let's see if we can get that back on the screen. What does that represent?
Now here, this information shows us something which is, I think, even more unique about the Bronx. In the eastern half of the United States, there are only 2 counties which have a Hispanic majority. The Bronx is one of them. The other is Miami-Dade County, Florida. That's it. And if you look on the map, you'll see for the whole United States, the previous map, of course, for the whole United States, those few spots of red indicated the counties which have a significant Hispanic
Can we look
population.
at that again, the previous map? I think we went too fast there, that one. That's where the Hispanics are?
Thank you very much. These are counties which have a predominant Hispanic population. And most of them, of course, are along the Texas-Mexico border, in California, in New Mexico, and then in the entire eastern half of the United States, 2 counties with a Hispanic majority, as I indicated.
Okay.
One other unique feature of the Bronx, however, is, and we have to admit it, we have to recognize it, the question of poverty. And if we see the second map, the one which is a bit more colorful. Can we look at the second map of the United States? That's it, yes. Now this is not a map by county, it's a map by congressional districts. There's only one congressional district which is entirely within the Bronx. It's the 16th congressional district, which covers the South Bronx.
That's the congressional district represented by
Jose Serrano. That's
okay.
Correct. Yes. And this congressional district is not only the poorest congressional district in the United States, but by a good deal the poorest district. This map shows the percentage of kids that are below the poverty level. The figure for Congressional District 16 in the Bronx is 54%. The majority of the kids in the Bronx are below the poverty level. The next highest county is 43%.
Wow, so it is a big difference.
So we're talking about extreme poverty to be explained, perhaps in terms of density of population. Obviously, we're talking about New York City, an extremely densely populated area. So an area where a congressional district, 700,000 people, would still cover only about 25 square miles. So that you can have a concentration of certain kinds of people here that you wouldn't have, let's say, in the congressional district of Wyoming, which covers the whole state of Wyoming, because this whole state of Wyoming is much, much smaller than the Bronx in terms of population. So you know, there perhaps isn't a variety here, but whatever you want to say, 54% of the kids in Congressional District 16 are below the poverty level, and that is unique.
And has there been, in this district that is so poor in the Bronx, has there been any kind of fluctuation over the years? Has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse? Is it the same?
It's been the same for the past 15, 20 years. It's difficult to speak about poverty levels too far in the past, because the notion of poverty itself, which is defined by the Census Bureau, is a fairly recent one and is very statistically very sophisticated, and frankly I don't want to go into that. But there doesn't seem to be any indication of solving the kinds of problems that lead to poverty in that part of the Bronx.
Okay. You
don't see it statistically.
Professor, we need to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Professor Bosworth, and we're going to look at a lot more charts, and we're going to find out what the Bronx demographically is all about. Be right back.